Hello, everyone. Also officially welcoming you into the recording of this part of the workshop. It's been a pleasure to know that you're all here. This part of the workshop, just this recorded part, I've asked you all to stay on mute so that my audio and my video isn't interrupted, and everybody who's watching the recording can just get the crispy essence of this confident and charismatic changemaker workshop. So, super exciting that you're here, my love. You've decided to watch this workshop, obviously, because confidence and charisma are two qualities that you value. This is gonna teach you some skills and some ways on how to elevate these qualities and how to bring them into your presence as a vegan and as a vegan change maker in this world. So let's dive right into this situation. First thing, we already did that, the welcome circle, where I welcomed everybody and we took a look at where you're from and where you're tuning in from. So it's beautiful that we're having this range of people here from all over the world. Bless you all for being here. The second thing, which we're gonna dive into in a moment, is I'll be introducing myself properly to you all, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm hosting this workshop exactly. That will be followed by 5 ways to grow your charisma. And then we are going to look at confidence. So first, we're going to cover charisma, and then we're going to cover confidence and how to grow confidence as a speaker and as an activist, maybe as a presenter, or just in everyday life, everyday conversations that you're having. And then lastly, we're going to look at more ways on growing confidence and charisma even faster. So at the end of this workshop, I'll be introducing you to a handful of my coaching offers. There will be courses, and there is a live group coaching program, which is for all of you that want to dive deeper with me and really get into the nitty-gritty of doing this inner work that we'll be talking about in today's workshop. So who's that June Fuchs? Who's that June Fuchs? A lot of you already have been following me for a while. Some of you have also been partaking in previous workshops of mine. But for those of you that don't know me yet, let me introduce myself. So my name is June Fuchs. I live in Bali, Indonesia, and I'm a certified life coach and a vegan activist. So what I do for a living is I function as an amplifier and as an elevator, basically. Yes, the kind of elevator, you click that button and it will get you where you want to go. What I do as a life coach is I help my vegan community. I help you all to grow more confidence, to grow more self-love, self-acceptance, and to deal better with emotions and feelings that we're experiencing as vegans a lot, which includes anger, frustration, deep sadness, which can lead to depression, anxiety, or even panic attacks. So I'm basically working in the field of mental health and emotional well-being with my clients. That's what I do for a living. Next to that, I enjoy yoga. I'm a practitioner of mindfulness, meditation, breathing practices, and I love surfing. That's also why I live in Bali. I grew up in Switzerland, by the way, so I moved to Bali in 2019, mainly because of the waves. Well, that's enough about me. If you have any more questions, just let me know. Shoot them in the chat box here or let me know via social media later on. And now I want to have a look at with you at what charisma actually means. So this is going to be really interesting because I dove into the roots of this word, the meaning. And let me share with you what it means. So we have a couple of definitions listed here by different sources on the internet. Now, the dictionary.cambridge says a special power that some people have naturally that makes them able to influence other people and attract their attention and admiration. Oxford Languages says or defines charisma as compelling attractiveness or charm that can inspire devotion in others. Good qualities, huh? Merriam-Webster.com defines it as a personal magic of leadership, arousing special popular loyalty or enthusiasm for a public figure. And MacmillanDictionary.com says a strong personality, a strong personal quality that makes other people like you and be attracted to you. Now, this is really interesting. Charisma was actually borrowed from a Greek word meaning favor, gift. The word is called charistentai. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. If anybody in the future in the recording is watching this and you're from Greece, let me know how to pronounce that. But it basically also means to favor, and charis, like the first part of the word, translates to grace. So these are really beautiful qualities for us as humans to have, and especially for us as vegans and vegan activists to practice and to deepen into, right? A graceful, favorable way to gift somebody with presence or with energy. And the cool thing about charisma is, as vegan activists, it really benefits our impact. It really benefits the way we speak to others with a sense of inspiring them and leaving them inspired by what we stand for, right? Because if you like it or not, you will always be the face. You will always be the person they remember as the vegan I spoke to. So the more charisma we can awaken within ourselves and bring to the table in conversations, maybe online or offline, doesn't matter. The more we can bring charisma in, the more positive impact we can have. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, let's have a look at, come on, presentation. There you go. 5 ways to grow your charisma and become more impactful as the vegan change maker you are. Now, these are practices that I'm introducing to you now. The first one on how to grow your charisma is a practice called breath work. This practice helps you regulate your nervous system, and with that, navigate challenging situations and conversations with more calmth and grace. Now, it's funny, a lot of people don't make the link of these like inner healing practices and the actual impact that they have on the outer world. Now, as I explained here, breath work, breathing practices, let me know, by the way, in the comments or in the chat if you are familiar with breath work, if this is new to you, or if you've maybe already been practicing this for a while. What breathwork can do, as it says it here, it can help you regulate your nervous system. And you bring your nervous system to every conversation you have. You always bring your nervous system with you. It's a part of you. And the more you can actually regulate that, the more that will help you to be present in the moment and to communicate from this place of calm, where you're not feeling anxious, where you're not feeling stressed or overwhelmed. And we all know that when we're feeling these feelings, we're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, anxious, angry, frustrated in a conversation, that does color the way we communicate. It even goes so far that the words we choose are based on the thoughts we think. And the thoughts we think are directly connected and linked to how our nervous system, in what state that is. So if we manage to use our breath to apply breathing patterns, or to just simply practice breath awareness in the moment, we can become able to communicate better, smoother, softer. And that not only benefits us in vegan activism, that benefits us in our mental health, in our relationships, in our business life, in any other area of our personal lives. This is like a holistic full circle benefit that we're experiencing through this practice. Now, if you have any questions to this, just leave them in the chat. I will get back to you later on it, or respond them in the comments if you're watching the recording of this. Now, the second way to grow your charisma is meditation practice. This practice allows you to connect to the version of you that already radiates charismatic positivity into the world. Now, let me explain this. A lot of people think meditation is just to calm the mind. Now, it's also for that. Yet there is a deeper layer or level of meditation practice that I've learned from one of my mentors, Dr. Joe Dispenza. You might have heard that name before. And what he teaches is far beyond just calming the mind. It is actually a physical a physical manifestation formula that comes from a practice that is so related to spirituality. So what Dr. Joe Dispenza did so nicely, he presented scientific research from himself and his team of quantum physicians and scientists, and he built the bridge from the science aspect of it to the spiritual woo-woo aspect of it. And he teaches, and he taught me how to use meditation as a practice to basically manifest things on the outer world, but also things in your inner world, to manifest basically a version of yourself, as I wrote here, right? A version of you that can radiate positivity, that can generate charisma. You're basically reprogramming your mind to tap into these energies that you already have somewhere stored in your subconscious mind, because you have charisma. You have it, you have that within you. The question is just, how do you awaken that? And meditation is one of the practices that can help a lot with that. Now, the third practice is movement. Moving, especially in a mindful way, helps you feel home in your body. And the way you feel within translates directly into the presence you radiate and the way you communicate. That's right. Now, a lot of you, I know that, are practicing some sort of movement already. Maybe you are working out. Maybe you are practicing yoga. Maybe you're like me, a surfer. You also surf. Maybe you love to dance. I'm very much into ecstatic dance, which is the free flow form of dancing. And that really helps me feel home in my body. And it helps me be present with my body and just feel good within. And the way you feel within, again, it radiates outwards. So the more you basically take care of your inner world through a movement practice that aligns with you, that doesn't feel like you need to force yourself. That's why I wrote mindful ways here. There's a module in a course that I'll tell you more about later, which is called Mindful Movement. And there I introduce the ecstatic dance way of mindful movement. So there's ways of moving your body, of working out without actually having this uncomfortable sensation of, oh my God, I need to work out. I need to force myself. I need to go to the gym. Because a lot of people struggle with that. And I think it's not needed if you find a way to move that brings you joy. And that's also one of the things that I help my clients do. I help them find ways of movement practices that bring them joy and feel light instead of forced. Now that's the third way, huh? The fourth way, growing your charisma, is journaling. Now this practice helps you to have a conversation with your inner archetypes, and through that gain deeper clarity on how you operate in relation to others. Now, if you've never heard of archetypes or archetypal figures, they show up in different philosophies. And one philosophy or one study that I always use is movie history and movie setups, how stories are told in movies, or in general, also in books, in any kind of storytelling format. You have these archetypes. In every story, you have archetypes. You have the archetype of a hero. You have the archetype of a villain. You have the archetype of a shapeshifter, a gatekeeper, an ally, etc. There's more of these archetypes. I teach them in my group coaching. And these archetypes, we all have all of them within ourselves. And journaling basically provides a gateway for us to meet these archetypes and to have a conversation with them. To have a conversation with which archetype needs more attention, which archetype deserves to be awakened more. And very often for charisma, we got to tap more into our hero archetype, the courageous one, the one that boldly moves into the direction in life that he, she, they wants to move into. And so journaling is another practice I teach in my courses that can help you get there faster and understand these archetypes, and then apply these lessons from each different archetype into your everyday life, into your vegan activism, into the way you create impact in the world. Let's move to the last one, I already said it before. Hello, courage. Hello, courage. Practice to speak like that next level you would. If punchlines or amazing sentences shoot through your mind, speak them with that cheeky smile. Now, this is funny because very often we're having these situations, and I bet you can relate, where we're in a conversation and then hours or days later even, we keep thinking, oh my God, I should have responded like that. I should have said that. That would have been so on point. That would have been so powerful if I just would have said that. And I was lacking the presence in the moment. I was lacking the courage at that moment in time. And the practices I introduced to you before, right? Breathwork, meditation, mindful movement, and journaling, those are just 4 of these very powerful practices that can help you be set up with the courage to have that charisma in the moment, to have that charisma in the moment and say what actually creates most impact or leaves the best mark or inspires the most. And that, again, it counts in vegan activism, but it also counts in every other area of your life. It counts in relationships, in friendships, in business, everywhere. Now, to sum this up, we had breathwork, meditation, movement, journaling, and hello, courage. Now, as we're moving along, I would like to ask you at this moment if there's anything you'd like to add or ask. If that's the case, please put it in the chat, or let me know in the chat if everything is clear to you, if all is understandable. Okay. Well, it looks like you got it all. Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to explain how these practices work in this workshop. I see you're being curious over there. I'm not going to explain this in this workshop. That's material for my courses or my coaching, and that will just blow the time frame we have here in this free workshop. But stick around until the end. I'll introduce you to these different courses in a moment, so you could choose to enroll and to learn the basics and the foundations, plus some advanced skills on these exact practices I just introduced. So just be patient for a moment. No other clear. Okay, cool. Seems like I've been explaining this well so far. Now, let's talk about confidence and how to grow as a vegan advocate and speaker. This has been burning on a lot of you. I know that. I've been asked a lot, how can I grow more confidence, especially as a speaker, as an educator, and as an advocate? Now, as a vegan, we very often find ourselves in the role of a speaker, right? We're being asked to explain. We're being pushed into a situation where we need to advocate because it's our heart that's calling for justice for animals. So we're being pulled into a version of ourselves that advocates, that shares and educates on veganism or any other thing that's related to veganism, you know, environmentalism, human rights. It's all related to one another, in my opinion. And very often we're lacking the confidence. So let's have a look at how we can grow more confidence. The first important thing is to explore your edges beyond your comfort zone. Now, I know a lot of motivational speakers talk about this. Go beyond your comfort zone, grow beyond your comfort zone. And for a reason, obviously. There's one thing, though, that I would love to share with you to give this a little bit more of a humble approach. Because I know going beyond your comfort zone can be really scary. And sometimes people want to throw you far beyond what you're comfortable with, right? And here I wrote, explore your edges beyond your comfort zone. And this is really cool because imagine your comfort zone being like a circle and you're in the middle of that circle or you're moving around in that circle. And some people say you got to go all the way outside of that comfort zone to grow. And it's true. It really helps to grow as a person, to grow as an individual, to go into those places where you're feeling quite uncomfortable and to just put yourself there. By the way, the charisma practices before can really help you be set up to leave the comfort zone, just as a side note. But if you're not always, and you can't always be, as courageous and as explorative to go far beyond the comfort zone. So what you can do is you can tip one toe outside of your comfort zone and lean in and then come back. Just kind of explore what it feels like to go beyond the edge of your comfort, lean into discomfort, and then you're also still close to coming back into your comfort zone. Huh? So imagine yourself as somebody who leans in and out of your comfort zone. That's one way to grow your confidence. Let me take a sip of a coconut right now. Now, the second way is your story is your superpower and gifts you with all the reasonings and facts you need in a conversation. Now, I'm saying this very purposefully because very often we get to believe that when we're in a conversation, when we're talking about animal rights, we think we need to know all the facts, right? We believe we have to be very educated. We have to have an answer on everything. But that's simply not the truth. You don't need to have an answer on everything. You don't need to know every single fact. If somebody asks, you've gone vegan for a set of reasons, mainly animal rights, I'm guessing, for most of you. Yeah, right. Mainly that, maybe environmentalism, maybe health, maybe even some sort of religious aspect. There's people I met that came into veganism via belief, which is amazing. But most of us are here because of the animals, right? And you've had enough reason for yourself to go vegan. And all reason that you needed to go vegan is most of the time enough for other people to go vegan too. So you carry a story, you carry your story. And if you start speaking from your story, your personal experience, your story, first of all, people can't deny those facts. They can't say, oh, your story is wrong, because it's not a fact, it's your experience, right? And you allow people into a conversation instead of a debate around facts. And if you're allowing people into a conversation, you will see you and them as well will crack open more. And that will generate more confidence as well. Will generate more confidence. You will feel more safe. And if you're feeling more safe in a conversation, you're feeling more confident. That's the recipe. So remember, your story, the reasons that you had to go vegan, they are already really, really powerful. Don't underestimate them. You don't need to cover your mind with all those facts. It can help to have some of them, but your story is your superpower. Remember that. And number 3, in conversations, allow yourself to ask more powerful questions instead of throwing around facts. I said that before already, the whole fact situation. It becomes a debate instead of a conversation. And the beauty of being in a position where you allow yourselves to ask more questions instead of making more statements is you make it about the other person's realization. You make it about their realization. You make it about their process to come to an aha moment, ideally. In my mini ebook, which is called Elevated Vegan Activism. If you don't have a free copy yet, let me know. Send me a message, put in the comments, free copy. I'll send you a free copy. In that book, I have a short chapter called The Coaching Approach, which is all about coaching somebody to the realization of, oh shit, I should be vegan, right? That's where we want to get people. At least that's my heart desire, to have people say that to me and realize that. And to get people there, the most efficient way is to ask them the right questions, to ask them what they think of, to ask them what they believe is right or wrong, to ask them what they think we could do. And in the book, in the mini ebook, I have a whole list of questions for you, really powerful questions that are easy to mesmerize and to integrate, that you can bring to any vegan advocacy event, to any conversation that you're having. Yeah, so asking questions instead of throwing around with facts is extremely powerful. And it takes you out of the game a bit. which also grows confidence. It's not like the spotlight is on you anymore. You're kind of doing this a little bit. You're turning the spotlight off of you. You're turning the spotlight off of you, and you're letting them shine the spotlight on themselves without, like putting them in an uncomfortable position. Maybe a little bit, of course, because they have to realize certain things. But in essence, you asking these questions is you guiding them to their realization. And if they have the realization of animal rights is important, I have to be vegan for the animals. If they have that internally, that's the most powerful result you can have in any conversation around veganism. Agree? Let me know in the comments if you agree. Yeah, I'm seeing agree. Yeah. Now, the fourth thing is, as a speaker, if you're in the situation where you're speaking, and this is such a powerful tool that I use all the time when I go on stage or speak publicly here on the internet, simply imagine you'd be answering a question or questions instead of stressing about if others are actually listening. Now, very often when we speak on stage, we're becoming self-conscious and we're thinking, oh my God, how does my voice sound like? Am I saying things right? Am I maybe pronouncing them correct? Am I speaking at a good speed, at a good pace, or whatever it is? All of these thoughts. Now, if you'd imagine yourself being in a dialogue, in a conversation with someone, and this person asks a question and you simply answer the question, that's a much more natural behavior. We're trained much more at that, right? I know your question answers, that's a part of every conversation almost. So if you can bring yourself to a state where you imagine, okay, who's sitting there? Who's listening, right? Like me right now, who's listening? Vegans, activists, change makers that want to have more impact in the world, grow confidence and grow charisma. Now, what questions would they have? What questions are maybe already on your mind that you haven't even asked me yet? And so I'm just simply thinking, I'm going to answer that question as if I would be speaking to you, because I am speaking to you. I am speaking to you and you and you. I'm speaking to all of you in this space or in a public space. And some people in the audience will not relate. A small percentage of people will not relate. And that's okay. You're not speaking to them. Just imagine you would be speaking to an individual that represents the bigger type of your audience, of the people that you're talking to. That's a big secret. There you go. That helps a lot. And now number 5 is remembering that practice is key to grow both confidence and charisma. Support yourself with people that are dedicated to growing, to elevate your momentum. Now, it's so helpful. For me, it always was, and it still is, that when I want to grow into a direction, when I want to develop myself personally, spiritually, develop a skill as a coach, as a mentor, as a speaker, as a presenter, I choose to surround myself with people, with a group, or even hire a mentor that gifts me with this energy and this wisdom, and also with a momentum. Now, we've just passed the new year. We're in mid-January, towards end January. And to explain momentum to you for a moment, every new year, there's a whole global momentum. Everybody is setting New Year's resolutions, or almost everybody. I know some of you didn't, but almost everybody is setting New Year's resolutions. And they are focusing on the next steps. And because all of social media and everybody around you is doing that, you're feeling inspired to do the same thing, or to take these steps to show up for your health, your wealth, your success, whatever it is. And that's called a momentum. And now, 3 weeks into the new year, that's already fading. Nobody is really talking about it anymore, a little bit maybe. But a momentum can be created at any time throughout the year. And what what needs is a group of people, ideally, a mass that is moving into a same or similar direction. And now my question for you is, do you have such people around you? Are you part of a group? Are you part of a movement? Are you part of a community? That can be any kind of shape. It can be a group coaching program like the ones that I'm offering. It can mean that you are in a very active Facebook group with great resources like mine, for example. And are you surrounded by people, online or offline, doesn't matter. Are you surrounded by people that you feel a momentum of growth, growing as a person, confidence, charisma, wherever you want to grow towards, wherever you want to develop yourself towards? Do you feel like you're part of a group of people or a community that does that? Let me know in the comments. Yes or no. Okay. I'm seeing some of you feel that momentum still from the new year. Some of you are in a group, and no. Yeah. Most of us aren't. Most of us aren't, I can see. And I'm not sure how it is for all of you watching the recording of this, but most of us aren't allowing ourselves to be a part of a group. And because I've realized in my life that that is just, it's the fastest, efficient, and also the deepest way, like the realest way to grow is to do it with a group of like-minded people that are growing into the same direction. And because I've realized that, I have enrolled in multiple courses and also in group coaching programs that were facilitated live. So these programs were facilitated by someone or a team, and they just took everybody by the hand and, you know, walked into the direction that we wanted to walk into. And because I've realized in the vegan community, there's like a couple of us coaches or mentors that host group coaching programs, but there's not a lot. There's really not a lot of vegans that work just with vegans like me. And because I've realized that, I was like, we need to have that. Like, for all of you that are into personal development and using emotional fitness, emotional health, wellness, and mental health as foundational pillars for you to grow into a more impactful, a more happy, a more joyful, and truly positive version of you. Toxic positivity, that's another story we're not going to talk about here, but a truly positive version of you. And for those of you that seek that, I've created courses, and I've created a specific group coaching program, which I'm starting again in February. I'm like restarting it multiple times a year, but the next round is starting in February. And if you're interested, I can share more about this program with you. Let me know in the chat or in the comments if you want to know more about the group coaching program. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah. All right, I'll share it with you. Some of you are interested, some of you are a little bit, so I'll just share it with you, and you decide if you want to stick around for this part of the workshop. The main part now, with like the foundational bits, you've learned, but now this program is like the invitation from me to you if you really want to dive into that stuff, and if you really want to learn these tools and integrate them, because integration is also, that's another challenge for most of us, to like integrate what we've learned. And that's what this group coaching program is for as well. So let me open the part of my website with this group coaching program. Oh, all right, that's the homepage. So yeah, I said it here. You're on this planet to make a difference, and I'm here to help you grow the clarity, confidence, and charisma to do so. Let's have a look at the program itself. The program is called Beyond Depression Program, and it's a program that will help you leave the darkness behind and step into your happiest, most balanced, and joyful self. So let's go into the details of it. Here we go. This 12-week online group coaching program is your gateway to release your depression the holistic way and finally reconnect to pure joy, happiness, bliss, and deep inner balance. So the main focus of this program is mental health and emotional well-being. And because, somehow, what's happening here? You didn't even follow me. Hold on. I need to show you were stuck on the home page. There we go. That's the right page. Sorry for that technical mistake. So here we go, the Beyond Depression program. It's time to leave the darkness behind and step into your happiest, most balanced and joyful self. So this, as I said before, it focuses on mental health and emotional well-being, and covering these areas in your life by integrating self-healing tools, and then also going layers deeper into trauma recovery, trauma healing, inner child healing, so that you can really release like blocks and limiters, limiting beliefs that affect your physicality, your mind, your whole being, your development, essentially. Now, it's a 12-week online group coaching program, and I wrote it here. It's your gateway to release depression the holistic way, and to finally reconnect to pure joy, happiness, bliss, and deep inner balance. So releasing depression is one of the main results that people in this program have shown. There is many more. Some people have overcome addiction. Some people, I think I need to read more. There's more about, This online group coaching program is for you if you've been stuck in depression for months or years and you've tried things without the success you wished for, and you just finally wish to grow beyond your depression. The program is also for you if you're looking back at times when you felt happier with yourself, and you often wish for like these times to come back again so that you can thrive in life as your most empowered and most confident self. It's also for you if you struggle to love and accept yourself fully, and you finally want to shut up these internal voices in your mind of self-doubt, of self-sabotage and self-judgment. It's for you if you want to grow beyond other mental disorders like anxiety, for example. Some of the previous participants have reported that their anxiety feels like it's releasing, it's going. They don't feel that anxious anymore, or not at all. Some have struggled, I said that before, with unhealthy addictions such as social media addiction, toxic relationships, binge eating, drinking or smoking. And if you want to finally overcome them, that's also what will happen to you as a participant here in this program. And you need to believe in healing yourself from a holistic perspective, which includes your mind, body, and heart. If you don't believe in that you're a holistic being, if you know, healing takes all these levels of you. It takes to maintain and care for your emotional health, for your mental health, and for your physical health. If you don't believe in that, this program is not for you. This is only for you if you believe in a holistic way of healing. Now, how will these 12 weeks look like exactly, So each week we do meet virtually in a Google Meet room, which is like this one here, similar to Zoom. And the live calls, the weekly live calls, include both lessons on the strategies to grow beyond your mental disorders. So the tools that I talked about before, these practices to grow more charisma, they are part of this group coaching program. So you're learning proper breathing techniques, you're learning proper meditation, you're learning proper journaling frameworks, etc. Now, there is segments in these live calls where we have individualized attention for each participant. So we have segments which are a little bit like this, monologue, I have to teach you some stuff. And then we have segments where we go into little one-on-one moments where you get to ask questions. We dive into what exactly it is you're dealing with and how to overcome and grow beyond that. And then we also have experience-based segments, which means I'll be guiding you through breathing practices, through meditation. So you not only learn it here, but you learn it as a full body experience. So the first 6 weeks are dedicated to teaching you powerful self-healing tools and equip you with the knowledge and practices to create a powerful self-care routine. The self-care routine is the foundation for you to have your own back, to grow enough steadiness and resilience to have your own back. And now, once we're there at week 6, we can dive into, oh yeah, I wrote it here. Your new self-care routine will become your new medicine and set you up with the mental stability and clarity to dive deeper into inner healing practices, which I'll be guiding you through in week 7 till week 12. So what else is there? Yep, there is a money back guarantee on this program, which means if you enroll, if you do your payment, and if you at some point from week 1 to week 6 feel like this is not my thing, this isn't working for me, I don't vibe with June, I don't feel any benefits yet whatsoever, you can leave the program, no hard feelings, and you'll get your money back. If you walk through the program up until week 7, 8, 9, and you go deeper with me, the money back guarantee isn't active anymore. It's just from week 1 to week 6, as I wrote it here. The timing and the pricing and the virtual venue. So we start in February 2023, which is very soon. So everybody of you who's interested in this, let me know right now or send me a message right after this workshop. Take some time to let that sink in. So we start in February, the next round. And if you're watching this recording at some point in the future, if I decide to, you know, put this recording online at some point at the end of 2023 or even 2024 or later, just check this website and there will be the next date when the next round starts. But for all of us here now, the next round starts in February. And the cost is $3,000 US. That's your investment, which includes the 12 group coaching calls. It includes 2 extra one-on-one coaching calls, which means we hop one-on-one for 1.5 hours on a one-on-one session. That comes extra with it. And you also receive 24/6 WhatsApp support, which means 6 days out of the week, I'll be available to you via WhatsApp. You can ask questions and within a day, I respond. And there's additional materials like meditation files, breathwork files, audio files, ecstatic dance mixtapes, and workbooks, PDF workbooks for you to really, you know, understand the practices. Yeah, I think that's everything I needed to share with you around this. There is a lot of client feedbacks and testimonials on my website. You can have a look at these. You can learn more about me on my website if you want that too. I'll send you the link after this workshop to the website. It's junefuchs.com. So just go and check that out if you want to. Do you have any questions, by the way? Put them in the chat. Yes. Okay, so questions related to the Beyond Depression program or other courses of mine. I'll introduce the other courses in a minute because they are a cheaper alternative to learn the foundational things that you maybe want to learn and not be part of the big group coaching program. So bear with me if you want to know more about these courses. Questions related to the Beyond Depression program, just send them to me per social media. I know you all are connected with me on social media. If not, send them to me per email, june@beyondbyjune.com. Just send me an email, send me the questions that you're having. And if you're interested, I want to hop on a free call with you, like personal one-on-one, for 30, 45 minutes before you make the final decision to join the program, because I want to have a conversation with you. I want to walk you through the program in detail and just meet you in person a little bit better before inviting you for good and you know, checking out if this program really will be of benefit for you and help you to get where you want to be. So if you want that, I'll leave you with the link to schedule a free clarity call. You've seen it on my website. There's multiple times this button that says schedule a free call to apply. So I'll leave you with the link to that here as well. And there we can talk about in-depth questions around the program, around your thoughts or other things you want to know before you make the final decision to enroll. Now, if the program sounds super appealing to you, if you want to learn more, if you want to learn these techniques, but you don't have that financial fund at the moment in time, there's an alternative that is much cheaper. It doesn't come with live group coaching, and it doesn't come with with one-on-one calls, but it comes with the foundational lessons and the material for you to learn breathwork, meditation, journaling, ecstatic dance, and integrate these practices into your life. There's a module in that course that I'm about to introduce to you as well that helps you integrate. By the way, all the modules of this course you also get as a participant in the group coaching program. But if you just want these, then let me show you. The course is called Mental Health Mastery for Vegan Activists. Just opening that tab. Here we go. Mental Health Mastery for Vegan Activists. And in a world where animal abuse is not a story of ancient times yet, we vegans often face mental health challenges. Especially as vegan activists, we often experience frustration, anger, sadness, hopelessness, and even depression sometimes. So this self-paced course teaches you all the skills to create mental stability, emotional resilience, and inner balance. You learn how to become a more inspiring, impactful, and veganize the world faster whilst feeling deeply empowered. So that's the course for you. It's compared to the group coaching program, which is $3,000 investment. This is a $250 investment only. It comes with these modules. I'll send you the link if you're interested. Comment below, say I want to know more about the course or interested in the course, so I can send you the link to this website so you can have a close look at the modules, what exactly comes with the course, which integration practices, which video lessons, etc., etc. Yeah. That's all I wanted to share with you today, my loves. And I see some of you are curious on the program. I'll be in touch with you shortly. And for those of you that want to enroll in the course, just let me know in the comments below. Send me a message, send me a DM or an email to june@beyondbyjune.com. Like, I'm so available. Like, I'm so available. You can send me a message anywhere and I will see it. Anyway, that was it for today. I want to thank you all for joining into this workshop. And I'm going to stop the recording now so you can all unmute yourself and you can say bye and show your face, and you won't be seen in the recording. Because I know sometimes some of you don't really feel comfortable being seen in the recording. So bless you in the future watching the recording of this workshop. I'm curious to see if you're going to join the program or join a course of mine, and we'll be in touch. Mwah. Much love.